Hi everybody, my name is Jess from Royal Yoga Studio. I am going to be sharing with you today a gentle yoga flow, okay? So a gentle vinyasa flow class. I'm going to try to keep it shorter. I tend to aim for 30 minutes and then end up at 45. If I aim for 45, I tend to end up at about an hour. So I'm wearing a watch today to keep track, to keep us all like in integrity with that. But no props needed for today's practice. I'm going to keep it simple. If you have stuff that you like to use, go ahead and get it out and get it nearby. Blocks are great, straps are great, a blanket would be great. But I'm going to practice no props and you can do the same. Okay, so we're going to start on our back in a shavasana or corpse pose. So come onto your mat. Let your ankles, your heels rest at the top edges, and then just any way you lie down, let that be perfect. Okay. Take a big breath in through your nose. Hold at the top of your breath, and then sigh out like this. Good. Now start to breathe deeply in through your nose and out through your nose. Don't worry too much about the pace or the depth. Just beginning to notice and to bring intention to every breath. Start to feel the back body, your back body, relax into your mat. So relax your heels, soften the legs. Notice if you're holding on here in the hips or the low back. Breathe in and out. Maybe sort of like press into the back of the head to lift the shoulders up and drop them down away from the ears. Roll out the wrists, the shoulders. And begin to feel more of your back body like touching your mat. So notice how this settling in encourages more of the backs of the legs to be down, more of the backs of the arms resting down. Just begin to notice here. If you're comfortable, close your eyes. We'll begin to direct more of an even breathing. So let your inhales match your exhales. Whatever that count is right now is fine. Some of us arrive on our mat, we're not ready for a 6 count breath. We're not ready for a nice slow breath. Just try to focus on matching your exhale with your inhale. What happens is we tend to maybe shortchange our inhales and our exhales become a little bit shorter count-wise when we're under stress than inhale. So it's like a half exhale. So focus here on a full inhalation, maybe for a count of 4 or 5 or even 6. And then exhale, try to get to the very bottom of your exhale, get all the air out of your lungs and let it match that same count of 4, 5, or 6. Do 2 more on your own here. One more in and out. Bring the edges of your feet together. Reach your arms overhead. Take a full body stretch. Maybe even lift your low back off the mat. Arch here in the middle upper back. And then hug your knees into your chest. Good. And then begin to maybe rock your legs from right to left. And you can go so slow that maybe when you rock your legs over to the right, you turn your chin to the left. And when you rock your legs over to the left, you slightly turn your chin to the right. And just notice how it feels. You can hold on to the knees like I am doing, or you could sort of brace yourself with like a T arms. Oh, that feels good. I haven't moved yet today. It feels like morning, but it's the middle of the day. I think it's like beyond 2 p.m. right now. Okay, when you're ready. Extend your heels up towards the ceiling, point your toes, And just feel a stretch along the fronts of the shins, the tops of the feet. Encourage, like, really press your toes up and point them hard. Good. And your knees can be bent. Like, you could be here, right? This could be it today. And then work to flex the feet back. So pull the toes back and actively feel something all the way from the backs of the heels to the bottom of the seat. Lift up, press up, point, and flex. Roll out your ankles, your toes. Set the soles of your feet on the mat, about hip distance apart. And then we'll just lift up into a really gentle bridge. So you're going to lift your hips just until your whole seat clears the mat, right? And then maybe you walk your shoulder blades in just a little bit. This is a gentle bridge here. And then you could close your eyes if you like. We're just going to take 4 deep breaths here. So focus less on creating a back bend and more on engaging the muscles in the back side of your core. All right, so we tend to maybe take all the work into our glutes. Try to soften a little bit in the glutes and use the muscles in the back. Draw your thoracic spine up towards your chest. Right? Breathe in one more time. And then exhale, slowly let it down. Good, you can counter that with a little rock over the knees from right to left. Eventually come over onto one side, like a fetal pose. Take a moment to pause here. Full inhale. And then exhale. Okay, when you're ready, come up onto your seat. Face the top of your mat. I'll face you if you like. Face the top of your mat, maybe set your hands on your knees, and we'll just do some seated circles, like so. Imagine as if like you're tying your breath to a movement like you would for cat-cow, only we'll warm the spine up in a circular direction instead of flexion and extension. So as you exhale, you're going to start to circle in one direction. As you exhale, your spine goes back and you round, and these can be really little. And as you inhale, you come around and go forward. Lift the chin as much as you like. As you exhale, you go back. As you inhale, you go forward. And then just like be curious. Like, how does this feel in your sit bones, your low back? Maybe these need to be more shallow circles or smaller circles. Maybe it's more of like a wavy side to side. Or maybe they're really big. Like, how does it feel to bring the shoulders into it? Okay, circle in the opposite direction. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, going back. Anytime you lose it, it's fine. Just come back to your breath. Oh, I feel like I have knots that are rubbing against the mat. Good. Okay. Release here. Come over your hands and knees. So your knees. Take your hands, your wrists, shoulder distance apart, tabletop. Okay. So from your tabletop, draw your low belly in. Hold this shape here. So just start to lean the weight from right to left in your hands. Feel equal weight in your hands as you do your knees. So a lot of times we come into tabletop and a lot of our weight is pressing back, and we're just sort of waiting here. Try to bring your shoulders right over your wrist creases. Press into your base knuckles of your fingers. That's this point right here. And spread out your fingers. Really press your fingertips into the mat. Now imagine like creating space. So just draw your tailbone down. So axial movement is a movement of the spine. You can physically move your spine shorter and longer. It's a tiny movement, but you're feeling that. Draw your head forward, low belly in. Good. Hold this here. Soften the knees or the elbows just a tiny bit so you're not hyperextending. And then engage more muscles in your arms as you press everything down. So now we're going to start to engage in the core. Keep your toes untucked. Pull your low belly up and in. And then start to press into the tops of the feet until maybe your knees get really light. Right? So maybe your knees clear the mat a little bit. Maybe they're just sort of brushing the mat, but you're really light here. You're pressing down. Now pull the low belly up and then round a little bit here. Breathe in. Okay, good. Set it down. Breathe out. I'm going to try to get this hang of pressing for foundation. So pressing down, right, to sort of feel that rebound up through the rest of the body. So as soon as parts of the body become passive against the mat, there's no muscle engagement pressing down here to sort of rebound up and to create more muscle engagement here, more lift out of the shoulder and such. So just getting the handle on that. So spread out your fingers, lean the weight forward, equal weight in knees and hands, and then press. So don't undo, no undue strain in the neck, the face, but to press so much into the tops of your feet that your knees get really light. Maybe you lift up even more. Now pull the low belly in, breathe in. Exhale, so to press up with the upper back, the middle back. Keep your eyes on one point. Inhale, exhale. Good, lower down. Roll out your wrists if you need. Notice how that feels, like to create that really strong, like that strength in the hands, the wrists. Tuck your toes under. Let's take a downward facing dog. Lift your hips up. Keep your knees bent if you need. Drop your head. Drop your head, drop your head. You don't need to look at the screen here. Shake your head yes and no. I tend to do a lot of rocking back and forth. Just come into this space, maybe bend opposite knee, straighten opposite leg, right? So you're pedaling out the legs. However feels good for you to sort of adjust to this pose, to settle into it, to be curious around all of the parts of your body that it touches, right? Shake out the head, breathe in, breathe out. So from your downward facing dog, work to find stillness here. And then see if you can create the same level of pressing down that you did in your tabletop. So fan out your fingers, fan out your toes, and then even if your heels are lifted and your knees are really bent, create this, whatever is meeting your mat right now, press and lift the rest of the body up. So you press down to lift the sitting bones up. A lot of strength in the hands, the wrists, the arms. Again, soften the elbows just like we did in tabletop to not hyperextend here and to encourage more muscle work here instead of just resting on bones, okay? Draw your low belly in. Breathe in. Breathe out. Walk your feet up to the top of your mat. Take a fold, a ragdoll fold. So knees bent, feet wide. Let your chest, your belly rest on your thighs. Do whatever you've got to do to get your belly to your thighs. So begin here. Let go of that. I want to stretch my hamstrings right away. Feeling, if you feel like feeling that, just let go of that. Let this be about the back body. Okay, so if you have blocks or books, take blocks or books here, or grab opposite elbows, drop the head. 3 really deep breaths. Good sway. 1 more in. And then release your hands from your elbows. We're going to start to get into the hamstrings here. Connect breath to movement. Inhale as you lengthen your spine. So maybe that's way up here, right? Maybe you're down here. As you inhale, look forward. As you exhale, fold against your legs, and your knees can still be really bent. You're giving yourself a little bit of space here. What we don't want to create is this. So we want to try to keep good space in the spine. And if that means bending the legs right now, just bend the legs. Okay, now 1 breath per movement. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Fill all the way up. Feel the pause. Exhale, fold. Contract your low belly. Drop the head. Inhale, 1 more time. Lengthen out. Maybe straighten your legs a little bit more. Exhale, fold. This time, heel toe the feet together. Inhale, press down to rise up. Reach up. And then bring your hands to heart center. Tadasana. Good. We're just going to do 1 nice slow sun salutation. Inhale, reach up. Now, pause here. Keep breathing. And then press down into your feet and feel this press down to embody like the drawing up. Okay? So press down into the 4 corners of your feet to feel energy up through your fingertips. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, lift your chin, lift your eyes. Exhale, slowly forward fold all the way down. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, come to a supported push-up or a high push-up. Hold here. Shift your weight forward, pull the low belly in. Good. Breathe in here. And then exhale, slowly lower to your belly. So go really slowly, maybe for a count of 5. Try to keep your shoulders forward over the wrist as you bend the elbows, lower all the way down. Good. Untuck the toes, cobra pose. We'll do this twice. Inhale. Exhale, come down. Inhale, press into your hands. Hold here. Now, press down into the tops of your feet so much that your knees lift off the mat. Keep your arms strong and then pull your elbows back and your triceps into your ribs. Engage your low belly. Press everything down and away. Lift your chin up. And exhale, child's pose. And then we'll stay here. So extend your arms out long, hips to the heels. Drop your forehead. Good. Inhale fully. As you exhale, soften everything down. A little bit of a rest. Maybe rock your forehead, your head from side to side to massage out your brow against the mat. Good. Press into your hands. Lift your chest up enough to keep your knees really wide and to thread your right arm behind the left. So I'm going to walk my right arm all the way over to the left. Walk it over there. Drop your right shoulder. And then you can do two things here. You could keep your left hand forward like this. Or you could wrap your left arm around your low back like this. And then settle into stillness here for 3 full breaths. And then just like tune into where you can release and let go around the shoulders. Then unwind here. Come back through center and switch sides. Left hand behind the right. Drop the left shoulder. Choose some variation with this right arm. Maybe this feels good. Or wrap the right arm around the low back. Again, really walk the left arm over to the right. And then settle in. Notice where you're tensing up, or especially around this right shoulder now. Maybe you're tensing up in your low belly, soften there. One more inhale. And then exhale. Good. Unwind. Come back to downward facing dog. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips up. Good. Shake the head out. Take your big toes together to touch. And I might hit the wall. Lift your right leg up high. Good. Okay. So don't be concerned with how high the heel goes. Just work to drop the top of the head. Soften the neck and the shoulders, and keep encouraging like this downward facing dog feeling. Draw the chest back towards the left thigh now. Kick up through the center of your right heel. Inhale, lift higher. Exhale, shift forward, pull your knee to your chest, right? And then as best you can, step up to the top of the mat. Spin your back heel down. Warrior one, rise up. So you're just going to stand up, bend into your front knee, reach your arms up. And then begin to feel, you're going to start to create like this feeling of Tadasana, this like equal standing, this like neutral spinal posture here from this space. So keep your eyes set on one point, and then feel, actively feel your left hip draw forward, your tailbone draw down towards the back of the mat, and then pull the low belly up and in. Okay? Draw the lower ribs in, engage your core, and then press your thoracic spine, your upper spine, forward towards your chest. So sort of broaden your collarbones. Roll your shoulders down and away. And fire up your back leg. Breathe in, and then as you exhale, open up warrior two. You're going to take your arms out to a T, open your hips to the long edge of your mat. And then recommit to this bend in the front knee. Breathe in. Engage your core. Breathe out. Relax your shoulders down. Inhale. Stay here. Exhale. And just where you can firm up the arms, the muscles in the arms. Spread out the fingers. Breathe in. Exhale. Good. As you inhale, you're going to flip your front palm and reverse your warrior. Keep the front knee bent. Reach up. And then as you exhale, take extended side angle, right elbow to right knee. Left arm straight up. And then just be here, just stay here. See if you can get your knee over your right ankle. And then see if you can open up the body more to the long edge of your mat. So lift up out of your left shoulder, open your chest to the ceiling even. One more breath in. And then exhale as you look down. Plant your hands to frame your front foot. Okay. Stay here. You can rock front to back. Start to heel toe your right foot out to the right and take both hands to the instep of the right foot. Breathe in, long line through the top of the head. So from your left heel all the way through the top of the head, make a long line. Lift the back knee up off the mat, and then slowly begin to set it down. Here's where if you need a blanket, that'd be great. Right? If you need blocks or a lift with books underneath your hands, you can take that. We'll go for like a lizard lunge here. So lizard lunge, keeping the knee over the ankle and the right knee pressing into or towards the right shoulder. Right? Getting a lot of space in the front of the left leg, your hip flexors. Notice what feels good for your back knee. Right? Soften your toes, inhale. Exhale. One more in. Exhale. Send your hips back. Heel toe your foot a little bit towards center line. Lengthen your spine. We're going to go for half splits here. Pull a low belly in. Square the chest over your right leg and begin to hinge forward. Sort of the same principles as beginning that first forward fold. What we don't want to see here is a big rounding in and a compromising in the spine. We kind of want to keep the spine long and tall. It's not about how far down you go. It's really about creating like this seal here with the thigh, the chest, the belly to the thighs. Just like that fold. So stay here. Just work on your hinge. You're hinging forward. We don't want to round forward. Breathe in. Okay, shift forward. Come off your back knee. Step back, downward facing dog. Good. Pedal it out, even it out. Whatever feels good. Take a breath in through your nose. And then sigh it out your mouth. Lift your left foot high now. We'll switch sides. Good. And then just press to the center of the heel. Focus on downward facing dog and press into your hands and into your right foot to energetically feel your left foot lift higher. No tension in your neck. Breathe in one more time. Exhale, shift forward, pull your knee to your chest. Warrior one, left side. Step your left foot forward, spin your back heel down, rise to stand with the front knee bent. Breathe in and look up between your hands. Hold here. So when you're creating Tadasana, keep your arms up. When you're creating Tadasana, you just want to feel, it's about creating like a good structure in from your whole length of your spine, starting in the pelvis. Draw the front of the hips up towards your belly button, and then your belly button in towards your spine. So there's a little shifts you can't really see me doing. You have to feel them for yourself. Drag your right hip forward, your right shoulder forward, your whole right side body forward. Good? Firm up your back leg. Expand your chest and your upper back. Inhale. Warrior two as you exhale. Good. So big long stance. Like don't be afraid to go big here. And then bend into your front knee. Feel something at the inside of the right thigh. Set your eyes over your front ring finger. And then like laser focus. Hold your eyes on one point. Notice if your arms are just dead weight here. Sort of firm up all the muscles in the arms. Squeeze the muscles into your bones. Breathe in. Reverse your warrior. When you're ready, flip your front palm. Go back with the left arm. And then exhale, you're going to come forward into extended side angle. So left elbow to the left knee, right arm up. Okay? So maybe it's a little easier to see here from this side because I'm facing you. But try to encourage your left knee over your left ankle. And then notice where your body's facing. Like if your whole torso is facing sort of diagonally towards the floor, see if you can drag your right hip back, your right shoulder back. Look up and open up to the side wall or to the side of your mat or to the ceiling even. Look up one more time. And then exhale, look down. Both hands come to the top of your mat. Frame your front foot. Sort of set up here. You want to start to heel toe your left foot out to the left. Take both hands inside the foot. Slowly making our way like towards that lizard lunge. So make a little bit of space here. Create a long line from the top of the head through the right heel. And then when you're ready, begin to lower your right knee down. Keeping your left knee in towards your left shoulder. Notice your foundational points. Your right shin, your right foot. Foundation in your hands. If you need blocks, take blocks or whatever you have at home. Foundation still in your left foot. Keep the muscles around your left knee engaged. One more big breath in and out. Send your hips over your right knee. Half splits. Take a lengthen out and then fold forward. Stay with your breath, expand, contract. 2 more. 1 more in and out. Good, shift into your front knee. Come off your back knee, downward facing dog. Good, just to pedal it out and even it out. Walk your feet up to the top of your mat. Take your feet wide as your mat. Malasana squat, yogi squat. So sit your weight down. If your heels aren't touching the mat, that's fine. It doesn't have to look any sort of way. It could just look like this. It could be more like this. Right? Okay. Do what you can with where you're at. Maybe you just work to lengthen your spine here. 1 more breath in. And then exhale. Take one hand behind you. Come onto your seat. Extend your legs out long. And take a seated forward fold. Let's do a seated tree. That feels good too. So extend your right leg, put your left foot into your right inner thigh. Square your body towards the right leg. Inhale here, lengthen. You could even lift your arms up. Big stretch up and then fold forward. We'll just take 3 breaths. We're sort of coming down, slowing down. 1 more in and out. Rise up mindfully. Switch sides. Left leg out. Right foot in. Lengthen and fold. Doing your own checks along the way to be mindful of the space you're creating, the strength that you're creating. There's so many opportunities in yoga practice to create a lot of strength around the spine by resisting the urge to do this and instead doing this. Right? Rise up. Come onto your back. Okay. Extend your legs out. Reach your arms overhead. Good. Full body stretch. We're back here. Oh, feels good to be back down here. Maybe hug your knees in to your chest, rock side to side. Okay, and then step the soles of the feet on the mat. We'll do another, sort of coming full circle here with the sequence. You're going to do another demi bridge, this time a little higher maybe, and a little more full body action. So take your heels close to your seat, hip distance with your feet, and then notice if your toes are at 12 o'clock. So tend to sort of turn the toes out here. Turn the toes in to 12 o'clock and then lift the hips up. Good. Now walk your shoulders in towards each other. So you sort of roll the upper arm bones out and then press down to lift the hips up. Press down into the 4 corners of your feet. Find the big toe mounds of your feet. Press down. Good. Sort of lift the chin up and away. Create long neck. Breathe. You could interlace your hands at your low back, though you don't have to. Right? You could interlace here and press down. Now, from your hamstrings, engage more to lift your hips higher. From your low back, like right above your sacrum, engage more to lift higher. Keep breathing deeply. Inhale. Exhale. Feel your middle back, your upper back. Press the spine up towards the ceiling. Inhale. And then come down. Exhale. Good job. Pop your knees from side to side. And then either hug your knees into your chest to counter that, or you could take a happy baby and reach up, grab the pinky toe sides of your feet with your knees bent, and the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. So you could grab the ankles, you could just stay here. Sort of roll from side to side. And pull your shoulders in to your upper back. And notice if you're here to draw down. One more in. Release the feet. We'll close here with a spinal twist. Take the knees to the tabletop. Lift the heels away from the seat. And then arms go out to a T. Drop the legs to the right. Oh, to your degree. And then lift up the upper body. Spin the chest straight up towards the ceiling. So lift up and adjust. Little adjustments here. Lift the head up and turn the chin to the left. Settle in. Take the right hand to the top of the legs. So if that helps you sort of anchor, so take the right hand here. Feel your breath fill you up. Right from the low belly first. Into the ribs, the chest, all the way up. Even in this twist, we tend to shorten the breaths in the twist. Really be complete. One more. Okay, bring the head back to neutral, the legs back to neutral. Sort of reset the line you have on your mat, and then lift the heels up. Take the legs to the left. We'll switch sides. Sort of lift up and turn your chest towards the ceiling. Lift and turn the chin to the right. Again, really settle in. Notice what there is left to let go of. Notice where there's just a little bit more space to settle into. Relax your hips. Relax your jaw. One more breath here. And then lift the head back to neutral. Come back. Take any last movements you like to close your practice. Maybe that is a reclining butterfly. Maybe that is another full body stretch, or another happy baby. Take a moment. When you're ready, start to create Shavasana. Send your heels to the top corners of your mat. Like we started, only not just like we started. There's a whole different energy in your body, your mind, your way of being. You could lay your hands over your belly or let them just rest away from the body, palms face up. Again, just check in with the shoulders, the neck, the back of the head. Spread out your fingers, maybe make fists with your hands, and then really let go in the hands, the palms. Let the fingers just curl into the palms. Take 3 deep breaths and focus more on your exhales here. Bring this sort of dropping in feeling or quality to every exhale. This deepening of this posture with every exhale. And then just allow your breath to come naturally when you're ready. A little moment of intentional rest here, Shavasana. Just be. And then begin to come back first by just tuning into your senses. Just begin to be more aware of the sounds of your space, the temperature of the air, and then begin to deepen your breath here. Wrap your senses around your inhale and your exhale. Bring movement into your fingers, your toes. Any way you get there, make your way back up onto your seat. And take your time. We'll meet in an easy seated posture with your hands on the tops of your knees and off center. Good. Relax your shoulders down. Bring your hands to your heart. The light in me honors and appreciates and acknowledges the light in you. Thank you guys for sharing with me. Namaste. Have a good day. Thank you guys for tuning in. Lots of updates on our website, on our social media pages. If you follow us there, if you're local, check them out. Thank you guys.